Alright, we're back. I just accidentally ended a recording of my first one I recorded. Luckily, we didn't get too far. But here we are, Power Rankings Week 4. Very boring game. Or, not really game, but week. Starting out 32, we got the Seahawks. Or not the Seahawks. 32 and 31, we got the... No, I'm trying to scroll. We have the Falcons and the Seahawks. These two teams played each other. Whoever lost this game, I was going to put at number 32. Except I didn't. Because of the Seahawks win over Broncos, that's just more impressive. So I'm going to give the Seahawks the edge. But both teams, you guys look bad. Even though the Falcons did beat the Seahawks 27-23 this week, I do think you two are by far, no, maybe not by far, but you're definitely two of the worst teams. Both of you are 1-2, 27-23 score. Yeah. At 30, I have the Commanders. They're going down 3 spots. By the way, the Falcons stayed the same at 32, and the Seahawks went down 3 spots. Commanders, you guys got blown out by the Eagles. That's all that needs to be said. Literally, your team sucks. 29, Jets, your team couldn't do nothing against the Bengals. That's all that needs to be said. You get a lucky win against the Browns because you needed, a miracle in terms of an onside kick. You luckily get it. And you did nothing against the Bengals. 28 and 27, we have the Texans and Bears. Now, you might be wondering, why are you doing another 2 teams at once? Both these teams played each other. The only reason the Bears and Texans game was kind of good because of their running backs. That's the only reason. The quarterbacks look terrible. I feel bad for both those teams for having to deal with those quarterbacks. Bears do get the win 23-20, though. So you get the edge over the Texans in the power rankings. At number 26, I have the Panthers. Congrats, Panthers. By the way, Texans went down 3 spots, Jets went down 3 spots, and Bears went up 2 spots. Congrats, Panthers. You pick up a win. Who'd you beat? The Saints, whose quarterback is injured, who doesn't look good when he's injured? Gotcha. You did a good job, honestly, for holding the Saints. Your offense did well against a good Saints defense, so I'll give you credit for that. That's why you're so high. Panthers go up 5 spots. So do the Jaguars at 25. Kind of shocking win against the Chargers. I expected a close game because of Justin Herbert's injury. But it wasn't close. That Jaguars defense looks elite. Great job, Jaguars offense, for putting up 38 points compared to the defense who only allowed 10, so 38-10. Very good job. You're up 5 spots, but I ultimately think that might be a fluke game. Number 24. I have the Lions. The thing with the Lions, you lost to the Vikings. That's going to drop you down a total of 1 spot. The Vikings are a good team, man. Jeff Okudah looked like a beast. Held Justin Jefferson to 12 yards or something stupid? So, yeah, you guys have nothing to worry about. No one thought you were going to be competitive this year, but everyone thought this is a team that is on the rise, and it's rising fast. So you barely lost to the Vikings. Keep your head up. No one's counting you out. Number 23, I have the Giants. Down 3 spots. Finally, the Giants got their first loss. It took 3 weeks, but they finally got it. So yeah, Giants. You lost to Cooper Rush. So far, Cooper Rush is 3-0 as a starting quarterback, so good for him. Maybe Dak Prescott, should be out of town. You lost 26-19, I believe. Actually, what am I doing? 23-16. That was the score. You guys put up a solid fight. That game was super boring. And yeah. Kenny Galladay looks horrible. You're dropping down 3 spots. Raiders now, they have the worst record in the league. They're going down 8 spots. They're the worst team at 0-3. 1 of 2 winless teams tied with the Texans, but Texans have a tie. So Raiders, you're kind of on your own. You guys played a good fight against the Titans, but ultimately, I don't think Josh McDaniels your coach. I think he's either going to quit or you're going to fire him potentially after the season. Maybe you give him another year after that, but I don't see him being more than 2 years. You guys have a roster. You guys can do something. You made it playoffs with Rich Bisaccia, or whatever his name is. I can't pronounce it. You guys are fine. You just got to piece it together. 21. I have the Saints. They're going down 11 spots, the most so far. Uh, Nothing against you guys. It's just with Jameis Winston injured, I'm not confident in your team. That's really all I had to say for the Saints. Number 20, the Steelers. You guys pulled off a miraculous win. You're going to have 4 spots, by the way. Miraculous win against the Bengals week 1. Week 2, you kept it close with the Patriots. All right, this team looks like it could be for real. Week 3, you lose to the Browns. It should be close. It was 29-17. It should be 23-17 because lateral touchdown, But ultimately, you guys seem like you might be. What was it? Was it the Chargers last year that either won or lost and every game was a close game? You guys might be turning into that, all right? Just turn those losses into wins. 19, up 5 spots. We have the Colts. They are 1-1-1. Shocking win against the Chiefs. Shocking. Giving the Chiefs their first loss this season. I think the Colts could be scary, and that division especially, that division's wide open in the South. So feel free to, mess around all you want. You guys could easily make a run. 18, we have the Titans. They're going to be jumping up 4 spots. Titans, you pick up the win against the Raiders, get your first win of the season. Good for you guys. Derrick Henry looked better, but Derrick Henry's still not looking great. I think you guys will be fine, though. Nothing to worry about. Once again, same thing with the Colts. You guys could easily compete for your division. The Jaguars, out of all teams, are leading. You guys are fine. Don't sweat it. And it's really looking like, A.J. Brown is a key part of your team, and, you trading him away was not good. 17, we got the Broncos. They're going up 2 spots. Why do I keep moving you up? You guys are probably the worst 2-1 team ever. Yeah, I know these salty-ass Buccaneers fans, when they lost to the Packers, everyone was saying worst 2-1 team. Boo fucking who. Look at the Broncos. Let's look at the teams they've played. The Seahawks, they lost to. The Texans barely beat. The 49ers barely beat, and Jimmy G embarrassed himself by getting a safety. You guys are not good. Just pipe down. Your team you have a great roster, but you can't do anything with it. Moving into the top half, 16, we got them boys. They're going up a spot. You're starting to show that even with Cooper Rush as your quarterback, you have a great roster to keep things alive. Already know people are going to say Trayvon Diggs is elite because he made that interception that sealed the game when Daniel Jones essentially threw it to no one. Great job, Dallas Cowboys fans, for thinking Trayvon Diggs is actually something special. Keep learning yourself. Just because you have Cooper Rush with a winning record doesn't mean you're making the playoffs. You might, though. 15, we got them Birds. They're going to be dropping down 2 spots. Sorry, Cardinals. You put up a good fight against the Rams, but ultimately wasn't enough to get it done. Murray's not looking like the, however much money he got paid guy. And yeah, it's really starting to show that you're struggling without DeAndre Hopkins. Cliff Kingsbury is supposed to be a good coach in the first half of the season, and so far he's 1-2. So 14, we got the Browns. You might be wondering, what are the Browns doing that's so special? They're going up 7 spots. That's what they're doing. Let's look at the team they beat. The Panthers, it's fine, but you got to realize who they beat. They beat not Cam Newton, Baker Mayfield in a revenge game. Who they lose to? They lost to the Jets off of a fluke. That's fine. And then they beat the Steelers. This team is not to be messed with. This is a team that can and will compete. Right? Watch yourselves. Everyone else. 13, we have the Patriots. You guys kind of barely lose. You lost to the Patriots in a high-scoring, somewhat close game. You guys got to pass, though, because Mac Jones might be out, though. So you guys, let's hope Bailey Zapp or Brian Hoyer, whoever your quarterback is behind him, is, good. 12, I got the Bengals up 6 spots. You might be wondering, why are you putting the Bengals up 6 spots? They beat the Jets. Because look at that offense. That offense was clicking. That's what you like to see. That Bengals team, if it starts clicking, it's dangerous. Watch out. 11, 49ers. You guys get a pass. Jimmy G didn't look too good, but your team still kept everyone in it, so you're fine. 10, Chargers. You guys get a pass. Herbert was injured. Even though you got blown out by the Jaguars, that is kind of concerning because, that's the defense's job to, stop them from scoring points. You guys will get a pass. But you are going to be dropping down 4 spots for that. Number 9, we got the Vikings. You guys go up 3 spots. You get a win over the Lions. Good game, good win. I think your team has what it takes. Now, granted, Justin Jefferson got locked up and you still won. That just goes to show Justin Jefferson isn't the only reason you guys win games. 8, we have the Chiefs. You're going to be down 6 spots. You guys lost to the Colts. That's all that needs to be said. The Colts were winless going into this week, and now they have a win, and you guys got a loss. I think you guys are still great. I still probably think you easily have the West Division, but let's be careful now. Losing to teams like the Colts. Next, we have the Buccaneers at 7. You guys go down 3 spots. You lost to the Packers. The Packers, here comes the Brady, didn't have his receivers. What receivers were you missing? Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Julio Jones. Mike Evans, he's just stupid. Doesn't know what the fuck to do, if his quarterback's being harassed. He just goes ahead and pushes Marshawn Lattimore. The other two, you can't really, say is their fault. They're injured. But I'd say Cole Beasley, Scotty Miller, you guys probably had better receivers than the Packers. And that's what the Packers have been dealing with the whole season. So no, you cannot use the excuse Brady didn't have his receivers. Rodgers is better at the quarterback right now. Maybe not all-time stat-wise, but he's better right now. You're just going to have to deal with that, Buccaneers fans. 6, we have the Packers. What do we just talked about them? By the way, both these defenses played very well. It was a 14-12 win. What do we came down to a 2-point conversion that missed. And yeah, 5, we had the Rams. No reason I have you so high. You haven't looked too good. Is because of the Super Bowl you got last year. So, if you can find that inner Super Bowl I think you'll be good. 4, we got the Ravens. You guys are very fine. You got a good win against the Patriots. And the one team you lost to was the Dolphins, who are very good. So, you got to pass. By the way, Buccaneers down 3 spots. Packers, Rams, and Ravens all up 3 spots. Dolphins at 3. Shut the fuck up, Dolphin fans. You beat the Bills. Good job. Stephon Diggs playing through an injury. What's his name? Isaiah McKenzie playing through an injury. They were missing majority of their defense. Cool. You guys won. Good job. You held them to 17 points. That's actually impressive. Or was it 19? It was something stupid. Impressive. But you beat a injured Bills team barely. Barely. Don't think you're all hot shit because you beat the Bills, who were heavily injured. Cool, you're winning the division. Cool, you're the only 3-0 team in your conference. You're shared with the Eagles, who we'll talk about literally in a sec. But you're not as good as you think you are. If you're barely beating a Bills team that's heavily injured, that's concerning. Number 2 and number 1, we might as well say Eagles. Eagles, you guys look astounding. I wouldn't be shocked if you, are the best team in the league. Here come soon. Dominant win over the Commanders. You guys just look great. All right? Jalen Hurts showing the haters off. I think you guys are going to be maybe even NFC favorites. And 1, Bills. Eagles go up 3 spots. Dolphins stayed the same. And Bills stayed the same. You might be wondering, why do you have the Bills at 1 after they lost? Who did they lose to? The Dolphins? How much points did they lose by? 2 points? They only scored 21 points? That's pretty solid. Alright? With Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Cedric Wilson, Raheem Mostert, Chase Edmonds, and Tua as the quarterback, and Mike Gesicki even. That's a great fucking milestone there. Alright? Now, granted, they lost. Yeah, they were missing majority of their secondary and still had them to 21 points. All right. Look at the Bills team. You tell me when they are fully healthy, they are not the best team in the league. You tell me that when they are injured, they are still not a top team in the league. Because look at them. They held one of the top teams in the Dolphins to a 2-point win. Just because they lost by 2 points does not mean the Dolphins are better. Does not mean that they are washed. It means that their secondary, even when injured, is still good. And I will back the Bills until they actually lose to a competitor when they are healthy. Actually, it doesn't even need to be a competitor. As long as they lose to as soon as they lose to a team and they're healthy, I'll stop backing the Bills as much. But that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. This might be my worst tier list ever. I think it's solid, though. This might be, the most hated predictions, actually. I said tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. I will see you next time with predictions tomorrow, tier list on Thursday, and then Bears franchise on Friday, and then Monday, and then we're back Tuesday with power rankings. Goodbye.